Hi, we're back. It's Mary Margaret,
And it's Sarah.
and we're here in our series of blog posts. This is our fourth one. And so, just to kind of recap, what we were talking about before was using data to look for strengths and teachers' practice. And by data, I mean the scoring summary sheet and also your scoring cycles. So, you can really build a lot of you get a lot of good information there to share with teachers. One of the things we talked about last time was trying to find areas of strengths where things worked really well in a classroom and point those out to the teacher with as specific information as possible.
Right, and with that idea of increasing that intentionality.
Right, exactly. And now, but you can't just talk about all the great things. You need to find some areas for growth or places where the teacher might be able to do something more effective. And again, you're going to look to your data to drive that conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And so as you think about the data that you've collected over the scoring cycle, you can really look and pinpoint areas where, or times when things were going better, times when things were not going so well. And so, a pretty good example might be behavior management, because we know a lot of teachers really struggle with that, particularly at the beginning of the year. And so you may look at your summary sheet with the teacher and find out that behavior management is going really well in small groups, but when we get into large groups, it's really problematic. Or sometimes it could be vice versa. And so what we would want to do is to really brainstorm with the teacher and ask the teacher to reflect on what's different, what's going on during small groups that allows behavior to be better than large groups. And it could be something as basic as smaller ratios, for example, but it's important to be able to identify those things and ask the teacher to reflect. Sometimes it's actually not the obvious thing, and the teacher can really think about it and help us identify other extraneous factors that may be contributing.
Right, and that's why those clear, direct observational notes that you make are really helpful. So you can say, things were going really well during small group because you didn't spend any time remembering or having the children remember what they needed to do. They were able to comply with all of your requests, so you didn't need to spend any time redirecting, etc. And then maybe in large group, the children seemed to wander off task more and more, and there was some frustration growing. So, and that's a really nice place to say, so let's look at those two times and build a reflective conversation with the teacher about that.
Exactly.
So it might be, what was different about small group? What's different about large group? What are your barriers in large group? And really bring in the conversation around that way.
Right, and it really can be something as simple as in small group, because there are fewer children, the teacher is really able to sit down and say, okay, here's exactly what we're going to do, whereas large groups, there are a lot of kids, a lot of things going on, and it could be as simple as having the teacher really think, giving those really clear expectations in small groups is really effective, and so
maybe I can try that.
Maybe I can try that. Exactly.
Right, and so that's something that it's really great when the teacher can help. You can help the teacher decide where they want to work, and behavior management is an easy one, but sometimes they want instructional support.
Absolutely, and sometimes they want instructional support, and they want to work on the entire domain at once, and
fix it.
And fix it, yeah, exactly. They want us to fix it, which of course is not an easy task to do. And in those cases, we still, even when the teacher says, tell me what to do, we still have to really work with the teacher and have them be reflective and brainstorm together about what's really going to work. We have a lot of expertise in early childhood, and we have a lot of expertise in the class, but we're not in that classroom day in and day out. And so working with the teacher to reflect on, identify that specific dimension, and sometimes it's even at the indicator level, particularly in something like instructional support, and think about what's really going to work, what that teacher's already done that was effective or that wasn't effective, and then we would move into building an action plan.
Right, like they may be asking a lot of questions, but they might be the kind of questions that don't promote thinking, and you would have that data. So after that, the teacher kind of reflects on where they might want to work, and then we come up with an action plan, which is what we're going to do next time. We're also going to be talking about really being intentional about planning for your conferences with teachers, because you also need an action plan.
Right.
So, see you next time.
Okay.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
watching.
Thanks for joining us.